Alright boys, I am back up $40,000 this week. Absolutely crazy volatility in the market. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm wearing my Santa Claus hoodie. Let's get started.
I just want all of the money. Do you know what I said? I gotta get the dinero, the cash, and the bread. Money. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm down to do the...
Friday before the Christmas holiday, I watched the market actually fall throughout the whole day. I didn't really take any form of action, and I watched my portfolio continue to drip lower. At the end of Friday, I thought this would be a good time to buy. I bought exactly 400 shares of the Spider ETF because, call me crazy, I thought for some reason the government issues would resolve themselves and we wouldn't have much of a problem going forward. Maybe the government will give me a nice little present right here and undo everything, resolve all their issues. My God, I am an idiot. I woke up Christmas Eve, I watched the market, I watched the futures before the market opened. Everything looked down, it looked like it was gonna be a gloomy day. I sort of shut everything off and I decided I wasn't going to trade today. Later on in the day, I logged back in around 3:30. I had noticed the market had dropped almost 650 points on the Dow. It's kind of a big number, and once again, I did what I always do. I thought, okay, this is a good time, I'm gonna buy in once again. And I doubled down on my Friday bet. Friday, I'd purchased 400 shares of Spider ETF. Monday, I went ahead and bought another 800. I doubled my buy. Christmas Day, I drank some eggnog and I ate a nice carrot cake. Please watch that video if you get a chance. It's a great video about me eating cake. That was my only Christmas present, but I got quite the Christmas present from the market on the 26th as the Dow had closed up over 1,000 points, probably the largest single day percentage gain in market history. Don't quote me on that.
1,012 points. Just to clarify, the biggest ever points move on the Dow was 936.4. That was October 2008, but it was an 11% move back then.
I went ahead and sold all of the SPY that I had picked up Christmas Eve for a very nice profit on Wednesday. I still had some exposure to the market shares that I had purchased on Friday, but I had sold the majority of my Spider index that was purchased Monday. On Thursday, there was some back and forth. The market did close up, but it was, you know, compared to the volatility that we were having, it was not up that much. In terms of my day trading account, you'll see that I had sold off my Micron options for a profit. I still have some Micron options that are at losses, but I sold half of them off at a profit. I'm hoping to sell off the rest at a profit if Micron continues to climb. But Micron is one of the stocks that I was heavily invested in, both in my long-term portfolio and I kept buying into it in my short-term portfolio. And I was able to offload some of my Micron at a profit in my day trading account. If the market ends up going back to the second week of December, I will have essentially turned quite a bit of a profit. I'm anticipating, it's very hard to say because I don't just own SPY, I don't just own QQQ, SPY being the Spider Index, QQQ is exposure to the NASDAQ, but I have a lot of exposure to certain individual names like Micron, like Teva. A fluctuation in those stocks could alter how much my gains or losses for my total portfolio is. So overall, it was a great week and I had recouped an enormous amount of my losses. I gotta put the hoodies up, alright guys? So I want to talk about a couple of trades that I was doing on Apple over the last 2 weeks. Although I did say I was going to purchase Apple, that I don't just buy and hold, I actively kind of trim and add to positions. I bought 100 shares of Apple stock at $156. Apple price kept falling. I went ahead and bought the dip. Apple dipped as low as 146. I bought another 200 shares for the cost average, I believe, around $149.96, essentially $150. I sold Apple today for about $157 a share. I do a lot of small trades to help make up for the fact that when the market does sell off big time, some of these small trades helps keep you profitable as a trader in the long run. I still have 100 shares of Apple, around $156 a share based on the February announcements along with earnings. We'll see how that plays out. If anything changes with my thoughts on Apple, I'll try to keep you guys updated within the week of me doing some sort of transaction with that stock. All right, 2018 tax loss harvesting. In my case, the big name that really sticks out for me this year for tax losses is GE, General Electric. Huge losses on that stock. I think my cost average runs as high as 14. In 2018, I've been profitable in my other trades, but I've had a massive losing trade in GE. What I ended up doing is I sold GE today, December 31st, at a taxable loss that allows me to reduce my taxes on all my other successful investments. Anyway, let's not get into that right now. That's a separate topic for a separate video. Real quick, I want to do one more recap. January 2019, what do I really see happening going on for this month? I'm actually predicting a little bit of a bounce earlier on in January. That's why I still have some exposure to my spider indexes that I picked up. Obviously, I'm preparing, even in the medium term, a little bit more of a sell-off. We could see that. There's a lot of uncertainty with trade war, with potential tariffs, with government policies, things along those lines. We could continue to see a bear market. But I'm expecting, with December being as bad and volatile as it was, there's gonna be some interest in buying certain securities, I think early January, with the new tax season starting in 2019. So I'm expecting a short-term, slightly bullish bias in the overall market for 2019. And I'm positioned accordingly. Lastly, I want to do a shout out to my only 2 viewers that I got some comments on my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys had given me some suggestions on how to, reduce my losses or how to hedge and stuff like that. Highly appreciate all that. There are multiple avenues to trade, and I'm sure we all have different strategies, and I really appreciate the tips. Part of the reason I want to do this channel is other people can provide me feedback, as well as, I can get my information out there. It's always good to get feedback from other retail traders. As retail traders, we're already at a disadvantage compared to institutional traders, as well as a variety of algorithmic tools and high frequency traders out there on the market. So really appreciate your tips. I intend to keep cranking out the content, both the trading content as well as the analysis content. Do I make those 2 the same video or 2 separate videos? What is the preference here? What do you all want to see? Let me know, leave a comment down below. I look forward to y'all's feedback, and Happy New Year.